Hi, welcome to AFTV. I got Robbie with me. We've just beaten PSV 7-1 at the Philips Stadion, and people fans in the back as well. I'm trying to study Robbie in the sense that before the game, a few weeks ago when we got PSV, I was like, we should be beating them. And I'm like, oh, you got to be careful though, because they're a good side, they're a good side. And then on the build up to the game, Robbie went, do you know what? It's going to be a draw. I don't know if we get a draw out of it, it's a good result. And then just before the game, he's like, you know what? No, we're a good team. We're a bloody good team. People forget. But I even then I was like, but Rob, come on, we're away in Europe.
Before
But
the game,
7-1.
we're going to win. Listen, I'm not expecting 7-1. I mean, that's one of the performances of the Champions League this season.
Well, we beat Sporting 5-1.
We beat Sporting 5-1, but I think this one's even big. Well, obviously we scored more goals, but big up every single Arsenal player today, right? They're under pressure. After the last two games, every one of those Arsenal players were under heavy pressure today. And to come away from home, remember, we're not playing them at home, away from home and put 7 past them, their fans were absolutely shell-shocked. They couldn't believe it. It could have been more. We had a goal disallowed as well, right? What a performance. That is definitely the performance of the night. That's probably the performance of the season so far in the Champions League. At this stage, the pressure that Arsenal are under, what a performance. I don't want to hear nobody say, oh yeah, but they ain't very good. Or they beat Juventus over 2 legs. They put 3 past Juventus here. Right? You know what I mean? This was a dangerous tie for Arsenal when you're thinking about in the context of what's been going on with us recently. And I said before the game, I was like, we're a good side. It's just that, we haven't been really, from the lack of strike. And I was doing a live the other night, and there was some people getting at me because I'm saying, listen, these guys, these players, stand up now. Stand up and show us what you can do. I know all the negativity that we've had from the January transfer window. We didn't buy a striker. We've lost all our attacking players. But it is what it is now. That is it from now till the end of the season. So the guys that are left now, you've got to put all that to one side now and say, right, we got to find a way. And they did tonight. And I really want to say well done to every one of those players. I'm proud of them tonight. That was an unbelievable performance away from home. And the other thing I thought to myself, and I was sort of saying before the game, is that the last few games that we've had, Leicester away, West Ham at home, and also Nottingham Forest, are playing against teams that are just basically have come to low block it, defend. Right? We played at Forest the other day. I thought that was a better performance by Arsenal.
Yeah, it was.
Forest showed no ambition. They didn't attempt to win the game, really. They were happy with a draw. They crowded up the midfield. But this game, I thought to myself, there's going to be more space for Arsenal because PSV can't afford to come back to the Emirates with like a 0-0 or a 1-1. They need to come back with something positive because they've got a poor record at the Emirates, right? And they opened up a bit and the spaces were there and we played brilliant today. And to a man, what a performance. I can't even pick out players because everybody, right from the goalkeeper right to Marino up front, were absolutely incredible today, and we deserved that win. It could have been more.
It's crazy you say Marino up front, and without even a recognised striker, scoring 7 goals. It's funny. You said big pressure game. I saw many Arsenal fans.
Huge pressure.
But Arsenal fans are quick to tell me we only play well when there's no pressures.
No, this is a huge pressure game. Huge pressure. Arsenal haven't been playing well. We've messed up in the league. That's going to Liverpool. This is the only thing we've got left to play for, right? A huge pressure game, and there's people even saying, what's the point?
Yeah, a lot of people.
We ain't even going to get past this one, let alone Madrid and stuff like that. Listen, just a bit of a reminder there that we're a good side. We've gone away from home this season. When people say we don't score goals, put 5 past Sporting, who are a very, very good side, and 7 tonight. That was an unbelievable performance tonight. And as I said to a man and the manager, give them credit. You can slag them off when they don't play well.
Yeah.
Can have a go at them when they don't. But when they put in performances like this, everybody's got to come there and laud them up. That was unbelievable tonight.
What is the difference? How can we go from that, what you saw against West Ham in the Premier League, to this?
Styles as well, as I said. PSV can't afford in this game to just put a low block in and just hope for a 0-0. They've got to come to the Emirates, right? And you
good luck with that now. Yeah.
Where have we been doing really well in the Champions League this season? At the Emirates. Yeah. So you can't come there with a negative. You've got to try and come. So they're always going to open up a bit. And my God, but what I liked about Arsenal today, from the whistle blew, we were on them.
Yeah.
we were on them from the start. We controlled the game. We're the away team. And I thought, we just showed our class today. And yeah, fantastic to silence this place. It was really loud before, flags flying. Atmosphere's pumping. They've got great. I've got to give their fans a lot of credit because you know what? I think 6-0 down at the Emirates, but that place would be empty. And there was still a lot of their fans here. But. The place was jumping earlier. A great atmosphere in there. They were really expectant, and why wouldn't they be? After what they did to Juventus, but we put in a performance. So Arsenal are top side. We've just been forgetting over the last few games. It's the top side.
Yeah, you're right. There was a small difference there. You saw David Raya going longer, a lot more from goal kicks, getting into their half, and we just picked them off at times.
Picked them off nearly every single time. I think the turning point of the game as well came. We were completely dominating the game, and then probably should have went 2-0 up. Didn't. Then they came down the other end, and I don't know what was their player. He should have buried that. He hit the crossbar.
Oh my God! Yeah, just before.
And then we went straight down the other end and scored. And then after that, it was just an avalanche. You know what I mean? This is the turning points in games. And yeah, after that, it could have been anything.
You're spot on.
And some great goals as well. Calafiori's goal was a great goal. Trossard's goal.
Your favourite?
Favourite goal? I love it. Listen, I keep bigging up Ethan Wanyeri. This kid's 17. The other day in the London Football Awards, they gave it to Archie Gray. What? You got Mars Lewis Skelly, you got Ethan Wanyeri, and you're giving a sympathy vote to a kid who's been throwing it at a deep end. What about these two? This is the Champions League this kid's playing in. That's his second goal in this.
It's crazy.
He scored against Girona, scored tonight in big games. What are they? What kind of awards is that? Yeah. That you're going to give it to Archie Gray, who, he's been thrown in a deep end at Tottenham, but they ain't done very well, have they? They've lost nearly every game. Their defence has been awful. Yeah. So, Ethan Wanyeri should have won that award. And look what he's doing this season. The fact that, our best player, Saka's missing, and game by game, he's making it to, we don't miss him as much as what, we should be missing him.
Yeah, you said in the stand, Saka, watch out. You said,
Saka, watch out. If this kid keeps playing like this, Saka don't just walk straight back in. But that's credit to him, isn't it? That he's doing that. Because we all thought when Saka went out, we weren't even expecting Ethan to be the guy coming in. We're thinking maybe it's Sterling, but Wanyeri's made it his position. So I'm talking about players standing up. He's been standing up ever since he's came in. So is Mars Lewis Skelly's been standing up. And I wanted to see the other players. But today, Declan Rice today was unbelievable today.
Everywhere.
That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see from your players. Under pressure. Big pressure game. As I said, I don't want to hear nobody come and say, oh, well, it was only this or that. This is a huge pressure game. The people are lining up to write us off and say, that's it, we're done. And look what they've gone and done tonight. The performance of a night, right?
It's huge
keep playing like this. What? I know a lot of people say we've got no chance in the Champions League. Why not? Why have we got no chance?
That was going to be my next question. You mentioned Declan Rice as well. I saw him celebrate in front of their fans. He was screaming. He was loving it. He was loving every minute of that performance. Enjoy it. And that's what I want to ask you. There'll be a portion of the fan base or people behind the screen saying, Robbie, calm down. It's Peter. You can't get too. You beat them 7-1, but are you going to win it?
Listen, we are not favourites to win this competition. No, but you got your Real Madrids in there, Atleticos. Liverpool. You've got great sides left in it. It'd be a bigger test than this, right? But why can't we? I remember when Arsenal went to the Champions League final the last time we got there, right? We weren't playing well in the league that year. Yeah. I don't know if you remember, Lee. We weren't doing well in the league that year, and we went all the way to the final, right? So
what are you saying here?
Basically, what I'm saying, you can't write Arsenal off. You can't write Arsenal off as a candidate to win this. Why are you going to write them off? They finished third in the group stages, right? They've gone away, put 5 passport in. They beat PSG. They put 7 here tonight. You can't sit down and say we've got no chance. We're not the favourites. No, we're not the favourites to win this. Obviously, we're not the favourites. There's teams that are performing better than us. I just named out a few of them. But you can't write them off and say Arsenal got absolutely no chance. Matisse saying today in Arsenal got zero chance. No, Chelsea have got zero chance, Matisse. It was in the Conference League. This is the Champions League where the big people are. And you ain't in it this year, right? So I'm saying you can't write Arsenal off completely. We're not the favourites, but you don't write us off.